update again on those mortar rounds being fired from Lebanon into Israel. Lebanon's armed group Hezbollah says it was behind the rocket and artillery attack on northern Israel. Let's get more now from our correspondent, Ali Hashemi, joins us back on set. Ali, so Hezbollah now actually coming out and saying, look, we were behind this mortar and rocket attack. What does this mean, Ali?
There's a statement, a clear statement, saying that, OK, part of this attack is in the path of liberating, what they said, liberating the remaining parts of Lebanese-occupied land, and in solidarity with the Palestinian resistance and preserving and struggling Palestinian people. So there is a kind of a context here they're putting, aside from the Lebanese point, which is normal in their rhetoric. They're saying that they are trying to show solidarity with the Palestinians. Now, this is a clear warning sign. Hezbollah is sending warning sign to the Israelis through shells on Israeli posts in occupied Lebanese territories from Hezbollah's point of view, and saying, if this is going to continue, we are ready to get into this war and widen the space or the area of operations. So
just for the time being, Ali, this remains not a broadening of the battle space, but more a contained skirmish with a message.
Well, an attempt to contain, but with the history between Hezbollah and Israel and the big operation yesterday, the large-scale operation yesterday, this doesn't seem good, because this is, in a way or another, going to escalate the whole situation. It's going to take this situation into a new and different level, into a new and different angle. And that's why everyone right now is keeping their eye on what's going to happen. And actually, from yesterday, everyone was asking, will Hezbollah take this step? Now it seems that Hezbollah already planned this step and is going forward step by step towards kind of stating that they are ready to get into this battle. And yesterday, Mohammed Deif, the commander, general commander of Qassam brigades of Hamas, called on the Lebanese resistance, the Yemeni, the Iraqis, and the Syrians to get into this battle and to unify the banners and the fronts.
Ali, so again, for our international viewers, just talk us through the significance of this border area historically.
Well, this area has been occupied since 1967, after the 1967 war. And there are different claims over this land, whether it's Syrian land, Lebanese land, or part of the Israeli lands. So the Lebanese has been calling on Israel to withdraw from the Shebaa Farms for years. This issue of Shebaa land, occupied territories, was raised after Israel withdrew from Lebanon in the year 2000. And then we saw several attacks, including in 2000, just like yesterday, this 7th of October 2000, Hezbollah launched an attack there and took several Israeli soldiers as captives around 23 years ago. And that didn't steer a war, but that took Hezbollah and Israel towards a prisoner swap a few years later. Now, this is just happening once again, because every time there were account settling between Hezbollah and Israel, Hezbollah will go to this area because it's part of the mandate Hezbollah believes has from the Lebanese government and from the Lebanese people, according to Hezbollah's rhetoric, to liberate occupied territories. Hezbollah didn't go to a different area that's disputed within Lebanon, because Lebanon is a polarized society, is a polarized country, is a country with serious political crisis. So Hezbollah wants to show that he is going on the path of legitimacy and not kind of against the government's policies.
All right, Ali, thank you very much. A very complicated situation. Thank you very much indeed for unpicking that for us. All right, let's go back to Zeina Khodr. She joins us live from the Lebanese capital, Beirut. Zeina, good to see you. So that breaking news that Lebanon's Hezbollah saying it's behind this mortar attack, this is pretty significant, isn't it?
Well, no doubt. Yesterday morning, Hamas called on armed groups in Lebanon, Hezbollah included, to join the fighting in Israel. Hezbollah's response was one of posturing. In its initial statement, it said that it was assessing the situation. There were threats in that statement to the Israeli government, telling them that understand what has happened. And today, we have military activity across the Israel-Lebanon border. So Hezbollah heeding that call in its statement, saying that it is doing this in solidarity with the Palestinian and what it said was the Palestinian resistance. But Hezbollah was also very careful in choosing the type of weapons it used and the target. Mortars instead of long-range missiles. The Shebaa Farms, which is disputed territory claimed by Lebanon, and not northern Israeli settlements. Yes, it targeted an Israeli radar position. In the past, we've seen flare-ups along the border. More often than not, shelling would target open spaces. It was more like, messages. Even when Israel responded and shelled the sources of fire, they would target open spaces. Both sides really treading very carefully not to lead to all-out war. This time, a step further, if you like, hitting an Israeli radar station. So Hezbollah saying that we are ready to join the fight. We are here. But still, like you have been saying, this is still relatively contained.
And Zeina, we were talking earlier, weren't we? I mean, Palestinian armed groups have been calling for Hezbollah to join the fight, but not everyone wants to get involved, do they?
No. Hezbollah has many enemies in Lebanon, political parties who believe that this is a group that implements Iran's agenda in the country. Hezbollah does not shy away from the fact that it is backed by Iran, it gets its funds from Iran. So many Lebanese believe that they should not be implementing Iran's policy and focusing on resolving the country's crises. The country is facing multiple crises, a political crisis. There's no president. There's no functioning government at a time when the state is nearly bankrupt. People lost their savings. Billions of dollars in banks are trapped in banks. Unemployment is high. People are trying to leave the country. This is a country which also hosts 1 million Syrian refugees. There's a lot of social tensions. So the country really has a host of problems and cannot deal with another one. So Hezbollah has to be very careful in its actions. And that is why, one of the reasons why it chose to target the Shebaa Farms in one way or another to tell the Lebanese, well, this is quote-unquote, a legitimate fight because Shebaa is occupied Lebanese territory. But even that, this is just going to deepen the divide in this country.
All right, Zeina Khodr live for us there from the Lebanese capital, Beirut. Zeina, thank you.